GHB, GHB TV. What's going on? Make it make sense. There's a lot going on. For real, for real. We need to get down to the skinny. Shout out to Najee, Cigar Talk. Great interview with Jermell Charlo. That was a good joint. That was a good joint. We're gonna make sure the people tap in first before we get started. I don't want nobody talking about G rewind the conversation. Did you talk about it yet? What's going on? AJ, what's up, family? Yon XL in here, King of Brooklyn in here. 2 cents in the building. You know we gotta pump up the volume. We on GTA tonight. Hold on, who that, my man? Hit me up. I was on there earlier a little bit, wrecking. I'm trying to hit that 10 million real quick so I could, so I could get the mansion. What's popping? It's cracking, G. We was rocking on the other day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was on there today. Fire interview with IT. Appreciate that, cuz. Are you single? No. I got a heist for you. For sure. I need all that. I need the heist. Any type of rundowns. It's to the point I'm robbing people on the street. I'm just punching people out. Whatever fall out they pocket, I'm taking. I'm picking it up. 10s, 21s, 13s. I'm taking it with me. The members definitely coming through. For sure. Scary. What up, family? Blunts and boxing. What's up, cuz? He said Mel turned all the way up. I mean, you got to at this point. You got to at this point. I mean, come on, cuz. You're a makeup artist. You said I'm blocked. How you gonna block me? Everybody out here got somebody. Even people you think not with somebody, they got somebody. So that's just how it is. It's too many people out here. You gotta do simple math. I'm big on the simple math. Now, once you start talking about Chinese arithmetic, things like that, I start, I'm lost. But simple math. Mel on IG going crazy. I ain't seen nothing. 2 cents said he found some good stuff. The goods. He said he rubbing his hands together. Oh, he said, well, what do we have here? When you find the good stuff, you be like, well, what do we have here? Hey, yo, but listen, man. Again, shout out to Najee Cigar Talk. That was a great interview with Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo's he's basically letting you know how boxing goes and how it looks at you after a while. And he says that he's been trying to get back since 3 months after the Canelo fight. I kind of don't believe that. Because it was a time where he was saying, I'm not even thinking about boxing. I do remember that. We're not going to get short-winded here. We're not going to get all cloudy-brained. It was a time he did say that. He did say, like, I'm not even thinking about boxing. My hat doesn't say make America great again. If you can read it, you could achieve it. He said both his coaches was beefing during Canelo. That's fight. That's crazy. And you know what? that part I did believe and I could see happening because two different styles. One of them boxer, smaller guy. The other one light heavyweight, go get him type of guy. So you know what I mean? I can see that being an issue. I can see that being an issue because I can see Derek James wanting you to really just go out there and go for what you know. And then I could see Guzman going out there saying, I want you to box. Because he comes from a boxing background. You know what I mean? It was a lot of things he said. Some of it was cloudy. Some of it I didn't understand. Like I said, when he said that he was ready 3 months after Canelo fight, I really cognizance. I appreciate that because bro was trying to play games. And I'm not for the games tonight. I just want to come on here, talk about the game, talk about boxing. You know what I mean? He said DJ was never going to come up with the right game plan for victory. Secret dance move, I agree. And the reason I agree, because it was one thing Jermell Charlo did say in the interview. Bang, what's popping from late? It was one thing he did say in the interview, right? And what he said was, when he was preparing for Canelo, all he was hearing was, how strong Canelo was. He said he heard it so much that it basically played in his brain throughout the fight. And I knew I wasn't tripping. Because that's how he fought the fight. Now, what that does tell me though, you mentally strong on a certain level. Not when it comes to like a Canelo. Because every fighter know, no matter what people say, it's gonna be you and him in there that night. Nobody can help either one of you guys. If the shoe would have been on the other foot and you would have been kicking on Canelo's ass, Canelo would have had to find a way. So at the end of the day, whether people was telling you Canelo was good or strong or whatever it was they was telling you, it was up to you to really go in there and make something happen. You know what I mean? Bolo, what's up, family? It was up to you to really make something happen. Now, it was some things I also agree with what he was saying though. Like I was agreeing with, I'm gonna say 60% of the interview. When he says he's really the man at 154, nobody took his titles. I agree. I agree with that. At 154 pounds, Jermell Charlo is the man to me because nobody dethroned him from 154. Like he said, the loss I did take to Tony Harrison, I got that back ASAP. I agree. That did happen. But it was something interesting he said too. He was like, my brother was supposed to fight Canelo. For whatever reason, it didn't happen. But I take it. What that tells me is, it's like an old saying people say all the time. All money ain't good money. Jermell Charlo, to me, he seems to be the more level-headed of the brothers. He probably seen that situation and was like, I'm not doing that. Because it's not in my favor. I would have to go in there and really knock Canelo out. And what's the chances of that happening? Any man could be stopped, I believe. Any man could be hurt, I believe. Any man could be knocked out, I do believe. But with a Canelo, I don't really see that happening. Especially because Jermell Charlo is more of a processor than Jermell Charlo is. Now, Jermell Charlo is the dog out of the two. I believe they both dogs, but I do believe Jermell Charlo is the one. Like, man, fuck it, I'm going in there. He the one that's like, I'm going in there. But with the risk, you see what happens. You take an L behind it. Now, was it a major L? Was it one of those L's that's like career ending? No, it wasn't career ending. But I believe that he made so much money that at some point he was like, I don't really need this shit. Because if he was really willing to come back 3 months after the Canelo fight, I believe he would have. But I also believe he was down on himself about the way he fought that fight. The way he fought that fight was just nothing said Jermell Charlo. Nothing about that night with Canelo said Jermell Charlo. And I believe because he fought that way, he was mad at himself. And he was mad at a lot of things that was happening around him. He spoke on that too. He spoke on people biting his back out and using him. And guess what? That happens. It happens to regular, everyday people. And it is devastating because to find out that somebody close to you was counting you out or, doubting you, it do sting a little bit. Especially when you're paying them. Or especially when you love them. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. The things he said about Derrick James having a lot going on, I could see that. I could see that happening. But you tried to be a part of that. When I feel like when a fighter, when you going through something like that, when you feel like you need a certain amount of attention and you can't get that out of your trainer at that point in time, hey man, you might need to go somewhere else. You might need to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a certain amount of attention that you deserve or a certain amount of attention that you're looking for and you're not getting it at that point in time. And you understand why you're not getting it because like you say, he had Anthony Joshua, which is a major case. And then you got Earl Spence, which is also a major case, who was also in the fight of his life. And so were you. But you felt like you wasn't getting enough attention. Now, here's the thing. Here's what people not talking about. Here's what people don't understand. Derrick James could also feel like, well, you got Guzman. If you got Guzman, what you need me for? The way he trained and the way I train is two different ways, two different styles. Sometimes, see, what fighters don't understand, though, it's always three sides to a story. It's always three sides to a story. And one thing fighters don't understand about trainers, think about the days the trainer didn't get paid. And then now that you professional, you making money, but you still ain't making the money you spent over the years. Then once you really start making some money as a trainer, you trying to get back all the money you lost, to be honest. Nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks about when trainers is going to amateur tournaments for a week and they're not making no money at what they normally do at home. You got trainers who cut hair. You got trainers who work at, they mechanics. You got trainers that are teachers. You got they do other things. So when they take off, when they take off to go to a tournament and they're not making no money, nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks about a trainer who has kids. And the kids, if you have kids, you know how kids are. They need things and they need it now. You know what I'm saying? So I understand Jermell's point, but I understand Derrick James' point as well without Derrick James saying anything. It's tough. It's definitely tough. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to ever think this shit is easy. This shit is definitely tough. It's definitely a crazy road that you go through with these fighters, ups and downs, and what you go through with your trainer. But your trainer is looking at it like, well, shit, I built my resume as a trainer, and now I'm here, and I'm supposed to tell Anthony Joshua no. I'm supposed to tell Ryan Garcia no. I'm supposed to tell Earl Spence no. I'm supposed to tell Alicia Baumgartner no. When it was a day and time, I wasn't making shit off of y'all fights. And like I said, even when y'all did turn pro, you still wasn't making no money. So I understand. I get it. But this is why, as a young man and as a fighter, as a person, period, you got to pay attention. You have to pay attention. All right, Derrick James got Anthony Joshua, Earl Spence getting ready for 2 big fights. And I feel like I need to be in the mix. I need to be more focused on. That's when you, as a fighter, as a businessman, have to say, listen, hey, yo, I love you, but you got that shit popping over there. And I feel like I need that 24/7. If I can't get that from you, which I understand because of what you got going on, then I got to go where I can get that 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a man and speak up. If you don't speak up, then guess what? Your trainer just going to look at it like, well, you going with the program. At the same time, we don't really know what kind of student Jermell Charlo is. We only see the highlight tapes. We only see the workout tapes. We don't see the day in and day out grind with trainer and fighter. We don't know what that's like. We don't see the arguments. We don't see the disagreements. We don't see those things. And that's what people forget about when once somebody start telling a story about what happened. You know what I mean? We don't really get to dive into it and see exactly what's going on because we're not there every single day, every hour, every minute. We're not there. You know what I'm saying? So we basing this whole conversation that we having right now, a lot of people is basing it off what we just watched on Cigar Talk. But what we just watched on Cigar Talk was one guy sharing his side of the story. And they not going to get too personal because at the end of the day, you still my folks. I still fuck with you. I still fuck with you. I just had to get away from you. But how come it always seemed like a guy got to lose before he make that decision? That's the part I don't like. How come we can't have these real conversations before you lose? You know what I mean? Now, at 54, listen, like I said, Jermell Charlo is a monster at 54. I would like to see him come back and fight anybody at 54. But from what he's saying is, he's knocking at everybody's door. He's reaching out to everybody and nobody's showing interest. Well, when you take 2.5 years off, or however long it's been, I think almost 3 years, that could happen. And that could happen because your name has fallen out of the algorithm. They base a lot of these fights off of popularity. Sorry to say. Was that a spirit that just flew past? Yo. Did anybody see that spirit? I'm a spirit, gang. Hit the like button, man. I know I ain't tripping. Now here's the thing. Jermell Charlo is used. I'm sorry. Jermell Charlo is used to a certain amount of money. I'm the type of guy, if he really did, if a guy said to me, "Hey G, I still, even after that loss, I still got that fire, bro." All right, so listen, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. We need to take a lesser fight. Even if it's a fight you gotta pay for. Even if you gotta pay a guy 40 grand to fight you. A guy that we never heard of, a guy we have never see. And even if it's not even on a major network, you just gotta pay somebody to fight you. That's what you need to do. That's what fighters used to do back in the day. Whenever somebody took a bad loss and they needed to get back and they felt like they needed a tune-up, they fought for a tune-up. But nowadays, guys only, once they make a certain amount of money, they feel like they always should be making that certain amount of money. But here's the thing. There's no fight out there right now that would trump the money you made against Canelo Alvarez. Let's keep it real. And like Earl Spence said, Bud ain't around. Canelo ain't around. And you already know what's up with me. I feel like what he's telling them is, you're not going to make the money you're looking to make. So you might as well just either stay out of the game or come back, take a lesser fight. I know for a fact if Jermell Charlo put a card together in Houston, he can make it pop. He can promote his own show. You know what I mean? He could promote his own show. A secret dance move. I hear what you're saying about Bud not being, the money guy, but Bud, a fight with Bud would get you some money because of the magnitude of the matchup. You know what I mean? You match them two up. That's a big fight. I mean, let's be fair. You match up Jermell Charlo and Bud Crawford, it's a big fight. What happens is, though, when Bud Crawford continues to win and you take a loss, but it's how you look when you took the loss. See, it wouldn't be so hard on him it wouldn't be so rough for him had he fought that night. He didn't really fight. He let Canelo sit in the driver's seat, pull off before he buckled up his belt. And it was all she wrote from there. Omic, what's poppin', family? But is Jermell really that nigga? Anybody can make some money fighting Canelo. It's Canelo. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Jermell at 154 is real. He is real. But going up to 68 to fight the best at 68 at the time, he didn't believe in himself. Now, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to get to is the public and the business of boxing is basically saying, brother, you need something to make us believe in you again. We know you. We're not going to act like we don't know you. No, we know you. We fuck with you. We don't believe you right now. It's like having a cousin that always tell lies. You fuck with him because it's your cousin. It's my family. I love him. But he be lying like a motherfucker. I just don't know when to believe him. Y'all feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody got a cousin that be lying. You know what I'm saying? If not a cousin, you got a homie or a family. You're somebody you know. It just be lying. Gorilla Zay. What's up, family? Tago, what it is, family? Good interview the other night, too, man, with Wally Moses. That was a good joint. King P said, I am the cousin that be lying, Greg. I'm just saying. Everybody got a family member like that. Dungy, what's up, cuz? Chris Jackson, what up? You know what I mean? So right now, Jermell Charlo is that cousin Jermell Charlo is that cousin that he just be saying shit. Cause right now we can't believe you. And the only reason we can't believe you because of the performance we saw with Canelo Alvarez. It's like, bro, did you even kind of believe in yourself? Did you even really think that you could win this fight? Everything you were saying at the press conferences, did you really mean that shit? So right now, sitting down with Cigar Talk, and it's like a vulnerable moment, and you almost sound like you about to cry. And I get that because you being passionate. I'm a passionate person, so I definitely understand that too. And you know, people sitting there watching it, and because he giving out, he giving out like almost like he's spilling the beans a little bit, not a lot, but he's spilling the beans a little bit because he had to catch himself a few times. People sitting there taking everything he's saying for 100% facts. And it very well might not be 100% facts. But because he's in that moment, it's a one-on-one situation. He's sitting down with Najee. Najee's hot right now. Najee's on fucking fire right now with these interviews. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it real. Let's all just be humble right now and keep it real and say what it is. And Cigar Talk is on fire right now with these one-on-ones. So because he's on Cigar Talk, they sitting in a ring, and he said it's his gym. You know what I mean? He got a couple gyms in Texas, and you know he doing good things. You know, he's opening up. So people taking everything he's saying as fact. I believe some of what he's saying. I don't believe everything about what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? If you could feel what I'm saying. I believe some of what he was saying. But at the same time, brother, this is your life we talking about. So a lot of these decisions you decided to make, you made those decisions. Like when he said people was talking to him about Canelo, like Canelo was a superhero. And it got to the point he was believing it, basically. You did that. You did that. Because me, I'm the type of guy, you could tell me, you know, there's a fire-breathing pit bull on the other side of the door. I'm going to open the door at least because I want to see that motherfucker. I never seen one of them before. A fire-breathing pit bull from the depths of North Philly. Yeah, I want to see. Let me see that motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got to show me, cousin. You feel me? You know what I mean? I could be totally out of my mind. I could be totally out of my mind, but I'm just saying that's just how I get down. You know what I mean? Somebody tell me, oh, they be that nigga hit hard. Yeah, I know. That's cool. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just a spirit, gang. Brandon Ala Sheik. What's up, cuz? His trentulency is in the building. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I like Jermell Charlo. I like Jermell Charlo. And I think he is good for boxing. But what people don't understand about time is that shit don't stop. Time don't wait on nobody. You know what I mean? And when it's time, it's time. That night versus Canelo was his time. H2O, I appreciate the donation, gang. You ain't have to do that, but you did. Road to 25K. I appreciate the love and support. Appreciate that, man. Everybody don't fuck with Greg Hackett, but I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. But like I was saying, one thing about time don't stop. And I'm going to keep it all the way real. I know nobody want to say it. He sound like he was drunk a little bit. I ain't going to lie. I ain't want to say it. But he sound like he was drunk a little bit during the interview. If am I the only one that heard that? If anybody else felt like he was drunk, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you felt like he was a little tipsy. You know what I'm saying? Put a one in the chat if you felt like he was a little tipsy. Because I felt like he was a little tipsy. I ain't gonna lie. He had the David Ruffins on. He just was in his act. You feel me? You feel me? He sounded like he was a little on, especially when it was one part where he had to catch himself, and it was like he was about to start crying, and I was like, but he caught himself. He paused. He had to take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know that behavior. I've been around a few of them in my lifetime. I've been around a few niggas like that in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they hit close to home. You know, sometimes shit like that hit close to home. You know what I mean? And I know. So I don't know if I believe him 100% about everything he was saying. But one thing I can say, that was a great interview by Najee. Another thing I can say, at 154 pounds, Jermell Charlo is real. We can't disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? At least I feel like we can't. I feel like we can't disrespect him at 154. Cause one thing that was 100%, nobody ever took the belts from him. You know what I mean? He was stripped of the belts. That I did not understand, because we see guys get to keep belts all the time. But I guess it's depending on who you are and your relationship with these people. We starting to learn a lot about these sanctioning bodies, huh? And how they work. And most of the time, it usually has to deal with money. But a lot of times too, I think with everybody counting out Jermell Charlo against Canelo, I think that's what the belts, even the belts has, you know, even they choice to take the belts from him, I think had to do with that. Because like, how could we have a guy? It's like, how could we have a guy lose this bad against another guy and then he still be undisputed in another weight class? That's kind of crazy. Tego said he was dry snitching on the sanctioning bodies. Low key. Low key. But I mean, it was just again, man. And I think, and I'm gonna say this too, because it was a good interview. I think a lot of people just took everything he said as truth, and I didn't, not everything. I didn't believe everything he said. Now the fights at 154, he said he won them. He said he won Fundora. He said he hit Eddie Hearns up for boots. He said that's what he said though. But he did say it, and I do somewhat believe him. I do somewhat believe him because he was the man at 154 already. And nobody's put that type of fear in his heart or that type of questioning in his mind to make him not believe it at 154. Another thing that he said his brother was bad mouthing him or talking against him in certain situations. I didn't hear that. Now, I can say this. I was actually on a phone call with his brother and a few other guys. It was about 4 of us on the phone. Jamal was backing him on that phone call. The phone call I heard, Jamal was backing him. Jamal asked me on the phone, he said, "What you think about my brother in boots?" I said, "That's the fight I want to see." I've been asked for that fight because the reason I asked for it and the reason I talked about it, me and Mill was talking about it at on YSM probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And I said that I think that's the best fight at 54 because Jermell is really the guy at 154. So I think that I still think that's one of the best fights at 154. But we do have to see Jermell get back. But because these guys are used to making a certain amount of money, I think he didn't want to take a lesser opponent. He just wanted to jump straight back in the water. It don't always work like that. And the reason it don't always work like that, what we're going to get into now is we're going to start talking about investments. Now, These big promoters, the big promoters, I'm not gonna lie, they spend a lot of money. I'm gonna tell you how. Of course, it's not always personally the promoter's money, like coming out of their own bank accounts. Of course, it's money that they playing with, but they have to make the money turn over. They have to make profit. But there is times where these guys is up and coming, and remember, they were supposed to be the two-headed monster at one time, because they both was fighting at 154. They was two-headed monster at 154, and it was very popular early on when they had the braids, the half dreads, half braids, shit sitting up off their head, and they was looking like horses. It was a time where you had to pay a guy $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 before it got real big to fight one of the Charlos. Here's the thing. Think about doing that twice every time. Even if it's just one of them, but just think about doing that as a promoter, and the venue they fighting in, it's a nice size venue, but they're not really making the money back off of tickets. And if they got to pay the opponent $100,000, 80 to 100,000, things like that, then you got to be making something. You might be, because you A side and they got to get you an opponent, you might be making 60, 70,000. So that's $170,000 right there one night. You know what I'm saying? I'm going this deep because I'm talking about investments, and I'll tell you in a little bit why I'm talking about investments. But just imagine investing in these guys to get somewhere. But this is before taking a loss. This is before losing to Tony Harrison and all that. This is before the championships. I'm talking about good money they spending on these guys. All right, y'all get away from De La Hoya. Now you with PBC. PBC. The whole thing about it is, I remember when PBC hit, we going to be paying the fighters like they supposed to get paid. That was the word on PBC. Okay. Now, as these guys start to fight on PBC, we start to see the lifestyles change. Maybe they are getting paid the way. Maybe they are getting paid the way they say they are. Okay, cool. You're making good money. Now you champion. You done beat some undefeated fighters, so on and so forth. All right, now we need the big bucks to start rolling in. He said, I want to thank Al Heyman before God sometimes. No, that was every time. That was every time. All in all, what I'm trying to say is, let's fast forward a little bit. All in all, what I'm trying to say is, Charlo's 30-something now. 35, I want to say. Who wants to really invest in the Charlo now? Especially Jermell. And the reason I'm saying especially Jermell, because when put in there with one of the best fighters, and you supposed to be one of the best fighters, the fight you gave us, it was tough, brother. It was tough watching it. I ain't gonna lie. It was tough watching it. I don't want to say your name wrong, but I appreciate the donation. Iwewa, did I say that right? Is there almost too much money in boxing now? Way more talking than fighting. What are fighters supposed to get paid? Well, I'm not about to sit here and give you specific numbers, because everybody, I'm going to put it like this. Everybody pay rate is different. Everybody pay rate is different because let's think about it like, let's say football. You got the first rounders, you got the second rounders, you got the third rounders, the fourth rounders, the fifth rounders, sixth rounders, and the seventh rounders. You know what I mean? Everybody get paid different based off what they can bring. Now, some of those guys who be first first rounders, not only are they first rounder caliber players, but they are also popular. They can put asses in seats just off of who they are before they even get on the court. You feel me? It's almost like a Deion Sanders. Man, why does John keep? It's almost like a Deion Sanders back in the day. Deion Sanders, wherever he played, he was going to raise the bar. He was going to raise the bar because his style, his pizzazz, his character, and how he played at the end. He was a hell of a player. The field, Greg, not court. My bad. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Stay with me. So when you're talking about boxing, it's the same thing. That's why you got dudes out here trying to really sell themselves. That's why you got dudes out here really trying to create these auras. They trying to create these untouchable auras. You know what I'm saying? That's why they trying to tell us they the best in the world, but then the guy they fighting is like, all right, but he's all right. Like, how come you fighting him if you the best in the world? But that's because when he get in the ring with him, it's going to appear that he's the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's talk about Virgil and Boots. That's one of the situations I'm talking about. Both of these fighters have been well invested in, right? And now we here, but it's doing like this. We can't get it to close. You know why we can't get it to close? Because after all those fights, investing in my fighter, now he want to try to do some slick shit. Now, by he, I mean him and his team. Virgil, from what I'm understanding, Virgil's team tried to backdoor Oscar. How you going to backdoor a backdoorist? Oscar is one of the best backdoorists in the world. Let's be real. Oscar's from the streets. Oscar understands snake culture. So for you to try a move that was probably used by him 20, 40 years ago, how did you even, in what way, shape, or form did you think that was going to work? He said, I can't front, Greg. As much as I hate on you, you really deserve an analyst job. Hey, man, you know what? I like you even more, man, for admitting that. Because that's some wild shit to admit. But I appreciate you, brother, for even tuning in. But, so, the reason I'm getting into the Virgil thing is because, listen, Oscar is saying, you think all the money I put into you, you think you just going to take it and run? Nigga, is you out of your mind? Oscar like, huh? And then on top of that, you tried to backdoor me with my cousins. Huh? All right. So you tried to, take, you tried to take work from another motherfucker that I'm cool with. Thought you was going to keep grinding on my block and slide on his block and get money over there too? Is you crazy? Oscar said, Boots, my bad, bro. But I got to handle this shit over here. That's why I said some months ago, I said, listen, Virgil's team is going to fuck his career up. They're going to fuck his career up because they doing too much. They doing too much. One thing you have to understand in business, everybody knows everybody. I don't care where you go in the world. Everybody knows everybody. If you open up a business in a city you're not from, everybody's going to come past to see what's up. The reason they're going to try to come past and see what's up is because they want to see, okay, are you going to be a pain in the ass for us? Or are you going to make things easy on us? Easy meaning work with us. Let us work around you sometimes. Let us use your storefront at times. But you don't mind getting money with us. Pain in the ass meaning you gonna try to move here and start some new shit? Hmm? This is the entertainment business at the end of the day. And Virgil, you and your squad tried to run off on the plug. Karma, that is absolutely true. Shout out to Karma. What's going on, young lady? You understand? They tried to run off. They tried to. So, and the reason it's running off is because, listen, Oscars, you know how when, all right, let me slow down. You know how when EH was going off and EH was like, yo, I'll be down here when Virgil fight. Them fights don't be sold out. Virgil ain't no draw like they trying to say. You know how when EH be talking like that? What that means is Oscar's not recouping the money he's putting out. He might be doing okay because, you know, you got the sponsors and everything to help you. But, bro, you really not the star that you think you are. I was really one of those guys. You not. I'm telling you, the paperwork's... Hold on. My bad. My mic acting crazy. Got a shortage. We can't... Can y'all hear me? But is that Virgil's responsibility? That's what I'm glad you asked that question. It's not his responsibility, but it is his responsibility. I'm going to tell you why. He's the guy that people are coming to see. Not enough people. I'm still muted. Can y'all hear me? That was somebody playing too much? Can y'all hear me? All right, bet. It's not his responsibility, but it is his responsibility. Because you moving around like you're the guy, but you're not the guy. Like I said, Oscar was one of those guys, so he knows what it looks like when somebody's selling out and doing this and doing that. You don't have those privileges. You don't have those privileges because you're not selling out arenas. You're not doing great numbers. You're not taking the best fights. All of these fights that we brought to you was to make you appear to be the best at 154 pounds. And you're not that yet. So for you to try to scurry out the back door before I make my money back, shit, like Clay Davis. You feel me? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? If you understand what I'm saying, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat, please. That way I can go ahead and continue. If you understand what I'm saying, thank you. Appreciate the love and support. Appreciate the love and support. You know what I mean? You didn't have to be here tonight, but you are. Saturday night, we getting it popping. Oh yeah, where are my manners? Happy Valentine's Day to all the young ladies of the world. Appreciate y'all. So, Oscar thing is, listen, kid, we've been putting money into you from the beginning. We've been making you look like a monster. But you're really not there yet. You just beat Erickson Lubin. Cool. You finished them pretty quickly. Cool. But there's a bunch of guys out here that need ass whoopings. And we needed to say Golden Boy Promotions when you whoop their ass. So for you to try to go out the back door and go fuck with my cousins when you still have unfinished business here? Wow. How dare you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the whole play. Now you can't do nothing. Now you can't leave. You understand what I'm saying? That is the new landscape of being a boxer now. You have to be half boxer, half promoter. Why? I'm glad you asked that question. Because now I can go move on to Devin Haney. Now I can move on to Devin Haney. That's why Bill Haney talked the way he talked. Because at the end of the day, he keeping his son in the algorithms. That's why Bill Haney takes the fights that he takes and he negotiates the fights that he negotiates with his son because he keeps him in the algorithm. You keep him in the algorithm, you can keep him popping. You know how I know Devin Haney is popping? Even though it might not make sense to a lot of y'all, think about it. Devin Haney is from Oakland, California. Right or am I wrong? Devin Haney is from Oakland, California. I mean, as far as his roots. And we can also say he's from Vegas because the kid kind of grew up in Vegas. Right? So Devin Haney is from Oakland. He's West Coast. Let's just put it like that. Ryan Garcia is from California, West Coast. They fought at the Barclay in New York on the East Coast. That shit was a movie in there. How do I know? I was there that night, baby. And yeah, it wasn't all Devin Haney's doings. But when you put a Devin Haney with a Ryan Garcia, that's what you get, a movie. Now, what Oscar De La Hoya is trying to say to Virgil, you haven't given me any movies, my boy. All this shit you've been selling, this shit is bootleg, baby. You owe me some movies before you leave. Y'all understand where I'm coming from now? Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? It's a lot of money involved in this shit. To answer someone's question earlier, they was asking me, is it too much money? It's never too much money. But what I do want to say, it's a lot of money involved in boxing. It's a lot of money. So when they take a kid and they televise him and they presenting him to be a monster, they looking for movies, baby. You understand? Before I let you go, I need a movie. A lot of hands in the pot. That's absolutely true. Now think about it. Okay, let's talk about Shakur when he was with Top Rank. Top Rank felt like it was nothing else we could do with this kid. He not knocking people out like we want. And remember what they did to him his last show with them? They showed people walking out of the building. You know why they did that? In case you want to get cute, we're going to try to drop your value. We're going to show what people do at Shakur Stevenson fights. They leave. Towards the end of the fight, they just get up out of their seats and leave. They did that. Top Rank did that purposely to drop his value. So wherever you do go, they won't believe in you neither. Now, the one way to get that belief back, you got to fight somebody. You got to fight somebody. What De La Hoya is trying to say, Virgil, you ain't fight nobody yet. You got to fight somebody before you leave me, baby. You ain't meet your quota. You got to meet your quota before you leave me. You think you're going to just use me for my TV networks that I made deals with? You're going to just use me for my venues and I get you these opponents that you could beat? And we telling the world that you a monster and then you just going to leave? Huh? We don't do business like that. So this is why Oscar De La Hoya is like, hit the brakes, everybody. Now we're going to freeze the whole shit got to freeze. Everybody got to chill. Everybody got to chill. No, Virgil is tough. Virgil is tough. But Oscar De La Hoya knows he hasn't been in there with the best just yet. He knows that. How does Oscar De La Hoya know? Because Oscar De La Hoya was one of the best in the world at one time. Oscar De La Hoya was a gold medalist. Y'all keep forgetting Oscar De La Hoya knows boxing. He really knows boxing. He might not know everything about boxing. He might be pitching a lot of bullshit because he got to make himself look a certain way and he got to make his company look a certain way. But at the end of the day, in the back of his mind, he knows boxing. And because he knows boxing, I'm not about to let a kid that I built up for the world to believe he was one of the best to just up and leave. Too much money put in. You feel me? I hope y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. For those who want me to dumb it down a little bit. You've been with a girl since you was 17. You 27 now. You put your heart and soul into her. Been with her 10 years. You done had 2 kids with her. You done put your money in on a house. You done put your money in on cars. You done put your money in on bills and everything else. And one day she just say, I'm not happy anymore. I want to leave. Now, sometimes, you got a guy who might understand, you know what? It happens like that. It happens like that sometimes. Go ahead, sis. You can go. Sometimes. But a lot of times, there's usually like, and I'm not making fun, but there's usually like a domestic situation after a conversation like that. Because you know why? I've been with you since 11th grade. And this is what you do to me? I got all fat and bald-headed because of you? And this is what you do to me? This is how you leave me? And we got these kids, and we got this house, and we got these cars, and this is what you do to me? Some people can't take it. You can't leave now. You owe me. I'm just saying, gang. Oscar is clearly letting you know I'm one of them dudes you're not going to do that to. And the reason I used the age bracket I did from 17 to 27, because those are the years you're really supposed to be learning about yourself. But a lot of us, we spend time trying to be a family man. We trying to be, you know, what we think is a successful man, is being with a woman and creating a family. And then over time, y'all burn each other out. And it ends bad because it's like nobody understands that, you know, life goes on. No, I want my money back. I want my time back. Well, guess what? It ain't coming back. It ain't coming back, baby. So you either gonna let it go or you gonna fight for it. Oscar's fighting for what's his. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying. You're gonna fight for what you invested in. Everybody invests in something different. It's just like me with boxing, right? Things didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out as far as my career went. But I put so much time in on this shit. Oh, I'm going to get something out of boxing. You understand? There will be a day when you mention boxing, you'll have to mention Greg Hackett. Oh, yes. That is my mission. Because, listen, all the times I got up 5 in the morning, went running as a kid, all the times I denied myself Thanksgiving dinner, all the time I denied myself Christmas dinner and time with my family and times at the clubs and all of that shit. Oh, I need mine back, cuz. I need all of mine. D-Mo, appreciate the donation, gang. He says, appreciate you for the pointers for my first Emmy. For sure. Go in there and handle business. After all those years of putting in work, I have to get something out of boxing. You understand? I have to. I'm sick in the head about boxing. I am. I'm burnt out about boxing. I feel like I haven't scratched that itch. I'm in the game. And I'm going to be in the game because I love boxing. I mean, I really love boxing. Boxing really did save my life. But at the same time, I gave my life to boxing. I really did. A lot of people not going to believe it because of how things turned out for me. But that's those people who are simple-minded. But the people who understand really what it takes, man. You know what it's like to bite an orange and not eat the orange? But you bite it just to get the juice so you can make weight? You know what that's like? And you hungry and you ain't eat really in 3 days? You know what that's like? Imagine you got a fresh orange from the market. I'm talking about one of them fat husky oranges. Look like a C cup. And you bust that motherfucker open and you bite the and you get the juice, but you can't even eat it because you gotta make weight. Shit, yeah. We're gonna get something out of this game. You know what it's like to bust a tuna can open, drain the water, scoop that out with your finger and eat the tuna? And that's dinner. And you gotta eat that at 7. Huh? You know what that's like? You know what that's like? Hey, but ODR, this what you don't understand. I have to do that every day, 3 times a day to get the money back. I ain't able to do that. I appreciate what you're saying, but I would have to do that every day, 3 times a day to get the money back. I ain't able to do that all the time. I got the energy tonight. You know what I mean? I wasn't in the gym earlier, so I got the energy. Come on, man. Y'all don't know. And I ain't even talking about you busting the can open with an electric can opener. I'm talking about you got the manual can opener. You got to twist that motherfucker. I'm from back in them days. I'm from back in them days when you had to clamp down on the can opener and the can just in midair and you just twisting like this. And then when you bust that motherfucker open, you gotta catch it, take the top off, and then you gotta get the tuna out of there. And I'm just that's dinner right there. Boom. You eat dinner? Yeah, I had a can of tuna. Huh? You think I ain't gonna get nothing out of this shit? Shit. This shit ain't no joke. So when you wonder why fighters walk around certain ways, certain times, you know what I mean? They be acting all shitty sometimes. They real moody. Fighters is real moody. It's a lot go into this shit, man. You know what I mean? Everybody don't got the proper setup, so you gotta go with what you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about no seasoning, no nothing. You can't put no mayo in it, none of that. No, you gotta take it raw, straight tuna. And then you gotta lie to yourself. Yeah, I ate steak tonight. You know what I mean? To make yourself feel better, you gotta be like, yeah, I ate some steak tonight. Damn, that tuna tastes like steak. You feel me? Come on, gang. This shit ain't no joke. So we talking about an Oscar De La Hoya who's from East LA. You know what I mean? He from East LA. And you supposed to be my young boy. And you gonna try to pull that move on me? Huh? No, we ain't doing that. In other news, a lot of people are talking about Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney. That's good boxing. But I'm gonna tell you something I just did. Before I jumped on live, I watched Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz again. Keyshawn Davis should pump his brakes. Pump your brakes a little bit. No disrespect to you. I'm not saying you can't beat Devin Haney. I'm not saying that. Every fighter's supposed to believe in themselves. I'm not taking nothing away from Keyshawn. Pump your brakes though, because what you was used to with the Jermaine fight is not going to be the same with Dev. Dev is not going to stand there and let you create shit. He already know what you capable of. And if here's the thing, if Dev even look at you and say, yeah, I'll fight you, that means he already sees something. He already sees something. Keyshawn, I like you, youngin. As a fighter, I think you one of the guys. I think you can rumble, but not yet. Don't jump in there with Dev. Now I know Greg Hackett don't know nothing. I know Greg Hackett don't know shit about boxing. He just be talking shit. He just be criticizing people and he a hater. I know. But if it's anything that you'll ever choose to listen to me about, don't take the Devin Haney fight just yet. Not yet, youngin. I don't know how to say it in different languages. Not just yet. Devin Haney has a lot of experience. I think the Devin Haney and Zayas fight is cap. I'm not even believing Devin them when they say that. I know what they think they see, but that's a big guy. And that's a big young guy. And it's a big young guy who's getting better each fight. Don't play with him. If I was Dev, I wouldn't play with Xander right now. Not right now. Xander's on a high right now. Xander just got pushed. See, what people don't understand is, yeah, that was a good fight with him and Abbas Barraou, right? But he learned a lot about himself in that fight because nobody's ever pushed Xander like that. Abbas pushed Xander. He brought another level out. That's what people don't get. And Xander's a big guy. Dev, you just got the 47. Activate at 47. Just keep doing what you got to do. Just keep doing what you got to do at 47, baby. It's a lot of shit going on at 54. Be cool. But as far as Keyshawn fighting Dev, Keyshawn, be cool. Not just yet. You're going to need about, I'm going to say like 3 more. And out of those 3, 2 of them got to be boxers. I'm just saying. I know I don't know everything about boxing. I know. But Keyshawn, you just got the 40. Dev just got the 47. I know. It ain't that much weight. I get it. But it's a lot of things Devin Haney do understand about being a professional fighter. And I know Keyshawn, I know you was a great amateur fighter. I know. I get it. And I know you doing your thing right now in the pros. I get it. Not yet, though. You need about 3 more Jones, and 2 of them need to be boxers. Trust me. Not no bullshit boxers. Real boxers. Motherfuckers who really know what they doing with their feet. Really know what they doing with that jab. Because when you go in there with Dev, that shit gonna be happening at 100 miles per hour. I'm just saying, gang. I'm a spirit. I might not know everything. I might not know shit. Y'all don't have to listen to me. But I done talked about it. I done tried to break it down. If I was Keyshawn, I would take a Richardson Hitchens before I take a Devin Haney. Trust me when I tell you. And it's not because Richardson Hitchens is sweet. It's the experience. Devin Haney has a lot of experience. Richardson Hitchens is going through some nice experiences. But if I was you, Keyshawn, I would try to fight Richardson Hitchens before I fight Devin Haney. I'm just saying, gang. Hitchens not food. No. To answer your question, Kicks, Hitchens not food. No. He not food. But he still questions himself. There's still openings for questions. Devin Haney got answers. You heard what he told that kid. Remember you said that. I think Hitchens is going to beat Duarte up. Greg Haggett, did you watch Bill Haney in the Boxing Voice the other day? He contacted Zaya's manager about that fight, and Zaya's response sounded fishy. For real, why don't Zaya's welcome that fight? Because what does Zaya's win in that fight? Zayas, here's the thing about Zayas. I keep telling y'all got to pay attention to the plays. Zayas is not going to be a 54-pounder for long. He's going to be going to 60 soon. Why would he challenge a Devin Haney? Why? What does he win? If he beats Devin Haney, what does he win? He's the bigger guy. What are people going to say if Xander Zayas beat Devin Haney? Oh, he was too big for him anyway. Too powerful, too strong. Look how big he is. Do the math. Y'all saying legacy. How? He the bigger guy. I fought a smaller guy. How is that legacy? That's why Boots didn't entertain Tio. Think about it. Y'all moving too fast. Slow your brain down. Dev just got to 47 and he beat a Brian Norman Jr. who is now you want Xander Zayas to fight Dev at his weight class where he's a unified champion. So if Dev walk around at 60, what you think Zayas walk around? Zayas, I'm telling you the truth. Zayas for sure 190 pounds walking around. Any of Puerto Rican, so I already know. Gotta do the math. I know y'all want to see that fight. And I know when people be doing these when they be doing these little pressing sessions where they acting like they putting pressure on somebody, do the math. I already told y'all, Xander Zayas is not going to be a 154-pounder for much longer. Xander Zayas might have got 1 or 2 more fights at 54, then he's going to 60. How much y'all want to bet? How much you want to bet 1 or 2 more fights for Xander Zayas at 54, then he going to 60? How much y'all want to bet? Please bet. Please bet me. I told y'all I'm a spirit. Y'all can keep playing with my spiritism if y'all want. I'm telling y'all. Zayas is a big dude. He not going to be at 54 for too much longer. He got 1 or 2 more fights at 54. So he's going to move strategically for those next 2 fights and then he's going to 60. Bet. Playmaker said he want to bet the 40-40. Bet it. He said, so if Marvin Hagler beat Sugar Ray, they would have gave him no credit. Sugar Ray fought at the same weight class he fought Marvin Hagler at. That was the difference. He fought there before. You gotta understand what I'm saying. Sugar Ray wasn't just going up to 60. Nah, I fought there before. Sugar Ray went all the way up to 175. He fought at light heavy before. You got to do the math. Please do the math. Y'all got to and I know what some of y'all thinking. I know what some of y'all want to say. Well, Mayweather went up to 54 and he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Here's the difference. Oscar De La Hoya was on a heavy decline. Floyd Mayweather was on a heavy incline. And guess what Floyd Mayweather did after that fight? He went back down. Why would Xander make that mistake early in his career? Xander Zayas is only 23 years old. Do the math. Come on, y'all. Before you ask me something like that, think about it first. He said, somebody said they gave Mandana credit for AB. Did they really give him credit, or they hated AB so much they didn't care who beat him? Think about it. Do the math. Think about it. AB was popping it. AB was talking that shit. And then remember, AB had fought at 47 already. Think about it. AB had beat, what's my boy name? What's my guy name? White boy from Brooklyn. Paulie Malignaggi. He came up there and beat Paulie Malignaggi. So, all right, you a 47-pounder now. That would be like Dev going to 54, beating somebody, and then fighting Xander. Not just going straight for Xander. Dev wins everything. Xander wins nothing. And on top of that, Xander is not going to be a 54-pounder for much longer. Trust me. Trust me. Bro, can you read my comment as a fan? What was your comment? You gotta write it again, brother. I got a lot of comments sliding through. I mean no disrespect. I mean no disrespect. And at the same time, I'm trying to continue the dialogue. I'm trying to stay on track. I'm a scatterbrain, bro. I be all over the place. Some of the things I want to talk about, I can't. And they just crossing my brain. So when you put something up there, just fuck it. Just keep putting it up there. And make sure you hit the like button. Because I bet you ain't hit that like button. I bet that. Know how I know you ain't hit that like button? Because we got 363 people here and only 158 likes. Huh? Do the math. Something's missing. And like my guy EH said, super chat if it's a must read. My comment was, did the boxing committee go against Roy Jones? What you mean by that? Did the committee go against Roy Jones, or did his chin go against Roy Jones? Do the math. He got knocked out that night by an Olympian. That he knew could punch. Appreciate the love and support. RN, oh, what's up, auntie? What's going on with you? Y'all got to do the math. I'm telling y'all. I be watching this shit. I don't watch it all day, but I be peeping little moves. And listen, Bill Haney's a smart man. He is. He a little crazy. He a little extra, but he a smart man. I do got a little bit of merch on ghbmerch.com. It's some merch up there. I mean, it ain't the best looking merch. Not all of it, but it's some good stuff up there. Go fuck with it. Just do the math. Trust me.
All you got to do is let this shit play out in your brain. But don't just listen to what people say. I just had this conversation, I believe, last week. People like to really just take what they heard and just take that as face value, take that as 100% facts. When you ain't doing the math, you got to do the math. Come on, baby. All you got to do is pay attention. It's the same thing I said about Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason will be a 140-pounder in no time. He's not going to continue to make 135. He's too big. Do the math. Do the calculations. Floyd Schofield Jr. is not going to be a 135-pounder for much longer. Do the math. The kid's too muscular. That kid looks like Stretch Armstrong. Jeez. Come on, gang. Y'all got to stop listening to every little thing y'all hear. You got to pay attention. Bill Haney's a smart man. Bill Haney knows how to create controversy. Think about it. So if I take my 147-pound dog, who has nothing to offer Xander Zayas but a fight against a name, and because everybody's hooked on beating names now, and they try to pick and choose, Bill Haney said, maybe Xander will try us because we smaller. But it's somebody around Xander Zayas that know about boxing. They're not going to let that happen. Why would they do that? He's getting ready to be the Prince of Puerto Rico. Why would they do that? Do you remember the guy by the name of Tito Trinidad? Trinidad was one of the biggest things smoking. And Puerto Rico hasn't had a champion to believe in a while. I thought it was going to be Felix Verdejo some time ago, but shit went south with him. Now we got Xander Zayas. Do the math. Why would we put Xander Zayas in the ring with Devin Haney when Devin Haney has nothing to offer to Xander Zayas but a name? Do the math. All money ain't good money. Rob, appreciate the love, bro. He says, will Earl Spence fight again? I believe Earl Spence will be fighting next summer. That's the word, that he's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu. Yeah, but everybody movie don't have the same stars. You feel me? You get what I'm trying to say? Xander don't need Devin Haney. It'll be good. I ain't gonna lie. That'll be good to see. But Xander don't need Devin Haney. You know why Xander don't need Devin Haney? Because he got a 7-footer in his weight class that holds a belt. Do the math. Think about it. You got a 7-footer that we seen go down, but he came back even stronger. Think about it. Come on, y'all. Xander got Bob. That's my point. Bob is the one who created. Oh, man, let's talk boxing. Let's really talk boxing. Bob Arum is about 142 years old. Bob Arum promoted Muhammad Ali. Bob Arum promoted Sugar Ray Leonard. Bob Arum promoted Oscar De La Hoya. Bob Arum promoted Floyd Mayweather. What does that tell you? He knows the game. Why would I take my 154-pound Puerto Rican Prince and put him in there with Devin the Dream Haney with nothing to offer but a name? Bob Arum had Bud Crawford. Bob Arum had Shakur Stevenson. He built these guys' records. Why would I do that? Let's be smart here. Do the math. No, Bob Arum didn't build Devin Haney. I can't say that. He didn't build Devin Haney. But guess what he did do? He gave Devin Haney a shot at Kambosos, and he also gave Devin Haney Lomachenko. And then what did they do after that? Skirt! We out. I'ma holler at you, cousin. It was good working with you. Why would I do that with Xander Zayas? Huh? With nothing else to offer, but, yo, you would have to sign with me for another 3-4 fights if you beat. Child, please. Do the math. This is a business, ladies and gentlemen. The jewels are being dropped. You just got to pick them up. You just got to pick them up. I won't be surprised if Devin Haney fight Rolly next. I wouldn't be surprised if that was next. Bill Haney is a smart man. Bill Haney know how to make these deals happen. He do. And he'll do business. He'll do business where it's fit. Now, somebody just said the fight versus Rolly would be ass, but here's the thing. It would be entertaining. And guess what? It'll be for something. Because they both hold straps. Do the math. The build-up. Do the build-up. The build-up will pop. If Devin Haney fought Rolly, the build-up will pop. Bill is a smart man. I'm not going to fraud. I never been a hater. Bill Haney's a smart man. Bill Haney, he knows, bro. He know where to go and how to get there. And he know who to pick on. He know who to pick on because he know the fight ain't going to happen. When Bill Haney put that shit out there with Boots, he knew that fight wasn't going to happen, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. When Bill Haney listen, the boxing community is a small community. Bill Haney knew that Boots was getting ready to move up. What are we going to do? We going to act like we want that fight. We're going to act like we want that fight because people are going to cling to it and they're going to lose their minds. Oh, my God. Devin Haney just asked to fight Boots Ennis, and Boots is supposed to be a monster. Oh, my God. Okay. Boots say, all right, well, let's do it at 52. Dev say, no, because I ain't even fight at 47. All right, so what are we talking about? It's not a fight. Bill Haney knew Boots was going up. Do the math. He's a smart man. Here's the thing. You getting ready to start seeing fighters take Bill playbook and start trying that same thing. You heard what 2 Cents said. You gotta feed the narrative streets. Yo, I'm giving away too much game. GregieCash, appreciate the love and support. You don't gotta send it, but if you do, just let me know you thinking about me. Just put in a little note, gee, I was thinking about you. That's all. That'll make me feel better. Happy Valentine's Day. GregieCash, Gregie Cash. Appreciate the love and support. I've been dropping a lot of shit for y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't usually get like this, but I've been dropping a lot of shit this live. I've been on here for 89 minutes and 37 seconds. I've been dropping a lot of shit for y'all. Do the math. You heard what my man EH just said. The Haneys are experts at keeping their names in the algorithm. That is absolutely true. The preferred method, ladies and gentlemen, is GregieCash. GREGIE Cash. Appreciate the love and support. I really do. All donations go to Platters, Pampers. My daughter still got Pampers. Platters, Pampers, Cybertrucks, whatever else we can get. You know what I mean? Whatever we can scrape our ones together and get, we gonna make it happen. Everything ain't real, but if I pull out a rabbit, you gonna be like, oh my God, he's a magician. He's the greatest I ever seen. Oh my God, he's better than Houdini. Ah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, when are y'all ever gonna learn about the illusion, man? The illusion is real. He's better than David Blaine. Oh my God, I love this guy. He pulled a bear from up under his hat. Come on, man. All y'all gotta do is pay attention, man. Pay attention and do the math. All money ain't good money, and everything you hear ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Everything you see ain't true. Shit, your eyes will play tricks on you too. You gotta learn how to see through walls sometime. You know what I mean? Yeah, if they blunts and boxing, if they don't know about the Cybertruck, they definitely knew. If they ain't never heard about the Cybertruck, yeah, they don't know too much about GHB TV. But I appreciate you for stopping past. And if you don't mind, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then you can go ahead and hit the alert button. And when the alert button is tapped, there's options come up, and just hit all. So that when we go live and when we post videos, you will be the first, second, or third to know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If Shakur want to fight, I'll fight him for sure. For sure. Appreciate the love and support, man. I really appreciate y'all for sliding up tonight. Because I came through without a warning, and we here. The family is here. You know what I mean? Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. That's real shit, EH. That's what I've been trying to tell the people. You just got to do the math. You got to pay attention. All these call-outs and shit, I could do that right now. Listen, me and Bang could get on here next week, and I could be like, man, fuck Bang, man. I ain't fucking with Bang. Bang was supposed to yeah. Then Bang could make a video, man, Greg Hackett, I used to fuck with him. He ain't shit. He this and that. Guess what people gonna do? Oh my God, you know the homie out Houston with the big beard? And you know the boy Greg Hackett, short, fat fellow? Oh, they're beefing now. Oh. The streets would love it. They would love it. They would eat it up. They would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? As much love as me and Bang done showed each other, you know what I'm saying? And as much as we done on this computer, if me and Bang got on here and act like we wasn't fucking with each other, they would go crazy. The people would lose their minds. It'd be people stopping and making videos just about that. Yeah, I mean, these guys made over 100 videos together. Oh my God, and they're beefing. What could it be about? Well, I heard he took his baby mom to the ice cream parlor, and then you know what happened after that. You feel me? No, it wasn't over that. It wasn't over that. I heard G really got the Cybertruck, and he didn't let Bang ride in it. This world is fucking sick, man. Huh? You kidding me? Come on, man. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. The fuck, man? They said G wanted swingers on the Cybertruck. Bang hooked him up with a connect to get the swingers. G got the swingers and then didn't pay the ball. Oh my God. You think you're gonna pull guns out? Hey, real shit. Real shit. This shit would go crazy. The streets would lose it. They'll start making up all types of shit. I heard Bang had G in the wheel with him drunk, left him on Bissonnet. Hey, y'all know I love Bissonnet. You feel me? Real shit. Y'all love that shit. Y'all know how it go on this shit, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We see it every day. Y'all gotta, come on, man. Just tap into your brain. That's all. Just slow everything down. When you hear something, think about it for a second. Hold up. Let me do some research. Do some research, man. Sunday Dinner Smoke Show. Y'all know what's going on. Tomorrow is going down. We back. I know me and Bang, we had to, you know what I mean? We had to get some things straight. My man Bang was celebrating his birthday last week. Happy belated birthday to my guy. You know what I mean? He had a good time. I tapped in with him a couple times. He let me know everything was cool. I left him alone, man. He had to do what he had to do. But listen, we back tomorrow. Yeah. He said, no, G, we wouldn't love that shit. That would be like the lock splitting up. Yeah, that's what the ones who know, they really, you know what I mean? The ones who really know, they know that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody, okay, so ODR says, okay, G, why don't Boots call out Zayas? What's up with that? I just told you, Bob Arum is Xander Zayas' promoter. Why the fuck would he do that? Why would he do that? Yo, y'all gotta, man, y'all gotta do the math. Xander Zayas is 23 years old. They about to make a lot of money off that kid. Why would we put him in there with Boots? Think about it. Do the math. Yo, what the fuck? Bob Arum basically created the game. He didn't create boxing, but the way the game is ran now, Bob Arum is part of that. He's part of the reason the game is the game. Why would I take my Puerto Rican prince and put him in the ring with Boots in this? It don't matter what Boots say out of his mouth. You not getting that fight, brother? No. Boots not gonna fight. Listen, Boots would fight Zayas, but that fight would be at 168. It wouldn't be at 54. That fight wouldn't be at 54. Do the math. If Boots and Zayas fight, that fight gonna be at 68. It wouldn't be at 54. Bob Arum is 143 years old. I told y'all that. Come on, man. Real rap. Like my man Kick said, why would Bob fuck up his ROI, return on investment? That's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta understand, it's a lot of money being put into these people. Xander Zayas' last fight was in Puerto Rico. You think that just happened? Come on, y'all. I need y'all to be sharp. Be with me. Be with me. You gotta be witty, baby. Some of y'all just need to sit home and work on your wits. No disrespect. I mean that with the utmost respect. Just do the math. Back in the day, right? And I know this story has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it does. Back in the day, a teacher trusted me. She would write notes, and she would trust me to take the notes to another teacher who was about 8 classrooms down. And I used to be like, why she want me to take these notes to this other teacher? Why she always pick me? She knew I was from the street. She knew I wasn't going to open up the note. I come from the background of mind your fucking business. They know my mother. You know what I mean? The teachers knew my mother. But she used to always ask me to take these notes to this other teacher. And they both were women. But the teacher I used to take the notes to, she was like 6'1". And then she didn't dress like normal women dress. She would wear she would wear like slacks and a button up, sort of like a man. And this was in the year like 97. And then the teacher I would take the notes for, she would dress like a woman. But she never talked about being married to a man. She never talked about, sometimes teachers would run their mouth. They would let you know that they was married. Or they would have a ring on to let you know they was married. Or even some teachers would bring pictures in of their families. And they would have the picture of the baby and the picture of the husband and all of that on the desk. So one day I did the math. And I sat back and I thought. And I asked my homie Dez. Dez was a girl. And she was, she was smart. I said, hey, Dez, you think Miss Such and Such, you think she like girls? She said, think. She definitely like girls. Look at her, G. She was a ball player, too. So I'm looking at her. I'm like, damn, you're right. I ain't saying nothing to nobody, but I'm like, Miss Such and Such be having me take notes to, I did the math. But I used to be stuck on the part why she picked me. She didn't even like me like that. The teacher didn't even fuck with me like that. But it was things she knew about me. She knew not to ask a girl, because why? Girls are very curious. Girls are newsy as shit. You know what I'm saying? Girls are newsy as shit. Girls are real curious. They would be like, me, I'm just a guy. I'm minding my business. I'm in 6th grade. I'm minding my business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm taking this note there. Like, damn, like twice a week she got me taking notes to this lady. But I had to confirm with my folks, because she know, you know what I mean? She be around, so yeah, G, you late. You late on that. She been you know what I mean? Oh, all right. I'm like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm trying to tell y'all. I've been like this my whole life. I watch people and I pay attention to people. I really pay attention. And I'll be like, okay, I get it. So when you hear things, see things, don't always believe the first thing you hear and see. You got to do the math. You know what I'm saying? But my teacher was smart enough to know this little young boy, he from the church for real. He probably be running around with bundles and all that. He probably be, so if I tell him to do that, he ain't even gonna play. And I met his mom. His mom is a gangster. She don't even play. So I know he ain't about to play. Greg, take this down, you know what I'm saying, for me. Yeah, I was in the 6th grade, 97. Yes, sir. Shit gotta add up, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't trying to claim to be the smartest man in the world. I'm not sitting here bragging, oh, I'm smarter than everybody. I know everything. That's not what I'm doing. No. I'm just saying, just pay attention. Just all you got to do is watch and listen. And you got to put a different pair of glasses on sometimes. You got to look closely. Then sometimes you got to back up. And sometimes you got to rewind it. Sometimes you got to play it in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? I'm an expert at human nature. I'm an expert at, like, you know what I'm saying? So when I be watching shit, I be like, Now, when he said it, how did he say it? He said, damn, 97, I wasn't even born. That's when Wu-Tang dropped the triumph. You don't know nothing about that, youngin'. You know what I'm saying? That's when the motherfucking jizzle was sliding down the wall. You know what I'm saying? The killer bees. Wu-Tang is forever. Nah, you ain't saying you the smartest nigga, Greg. You just know 2 + 2 is 4. Shit gotta add up. Real rap. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang forever, man. Stop playing with me. No, but I appreciate y'all, man, jumping in this joint, man. Those was the days too, man. I had a ball back then, man. I had great fun. He said, I'm 40 years old in the head. No bullshit, man. I'm like 66. He said, damn, he wasn't even supposed to be up this late if he wasn't born yet. Yeah, I talked about it. Worley and Dubois? Yo, they fighting? He said 97, my mom was 14. That's funny as shit, cousin. Yo, Worley and Dubois? Now, I'm going to say this. Worley's a little more elusive, but Dubois... Dubois might be a little bit crashed out because he been, you know, them fights with that first fight with Usyk kind of fucked with his mental, and then that second fight where he got clipped, yeah, that was crazy. But listen, that's gonna be a fucking fight. Hold up, Youngie, your math kind of crazy. You said your mom was 14 in 97, but she had you in 2000 at 15. If your mom was 14 in 97, that's 3 years away from 2000. So that means she would have been 17 or going on 17. Don't lie on your mom, bro. Don't lie on your mom, bro. You don't gotta do that. EA said that shit is done, son. That shit is done, son. Yo. Yeah, it's definitely do or die for Dubois. Bang, on some real shit. On some real shit. You got to do the math, youngin'. They said your mom lied to you. Yo, young boy, you gotta go get your mom birth certificate now. He ain't do the math. Yeah, you gotta go. He said, 2 Cents said she elite, baby. Hey, yo, don't do that to me, man. He said, damn, I missed the crack era. Fuck. Hey, yo. Yo, listen, man. Dubois and where's my guy? Worley, that's gonna be crazy. That's a hell of a fight. That's a hell of a fight, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Fabio, he different, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but Dubois is a puncher, the real puncher. That's gonna be a good ass fight. I can't wait for that fight. That joint got me excited now. Oh man, my nigga Westmont in the motherfucking house. What's up, cuz? How was it going to school in the 90s, G? School in the 90s was about sneakers and jackets, man. You had to have a fly jacket and you had to have the fly sneakers, man. You could have had some bullshit t-shirt on and a bullshit pair of jeans, but if you had the sneaks and the jacket with the snapper to match it, or the you ain't had to have the snapper, but you could have had the the Scully, like the team jackets, the starter jackets with the team hat to match it. Ooh. If you had the Jordans, that means your mom and dad was getting to it. If you had a nice rotation of Jordans, your mom and dad was getting to it. They wasn't playing. Now, listen. Like I said, you could have just had on a regular shirt, like a t-shirt I mean, but you got the Jordans on, or you just got some nice ball sneaks on, some Grant Hills, some Kevin Garnett's, some Pennies, some Jason Kidds, some I mean, it was a lot of pair of sneaks out. It was a lot of sneaks and niggas was fucking with. But if you had the sneaks with the jackets, now see my mom was shopping for 4. My pop was on the road somewhere. He wasn't fucking with us like that. He wasn't fucking with the gang. My pop and my brother's pop, they weren't really fucking with the gang. So it was always on my mom. So what my mom would do is, my mom was vicious. My mom knew the days. Yo, I'm gonna tell you how vicious my mom was. My mom knew the days that Marshalls would get the new shipments. And she knew the days when shit would go on clearance. So my mom would just come in the crib after work. Like, my mom used to work all types of hours too. So sometimes she'd do a 7 to 3, a 3 to 11, 11 to 7. She used to get it popping. So my mom would be like, she'd come in the crib with the Marshalls bag, and she'd be like, Greg, here go what size pants you wear? Like, mine wear, I think at that time I was probably wearing like a 32 or something. She'd be like, here go a pair of jeans, some socks, and a shirt. Boom, that's for you. My brother, one of my brothers, all right, here go a jacket and a hat for you. And my 2 little brothers, my mom used to always dress them like twins because they was so close. They only a year apart. they were so close together that and they was like the same size at all times. So my mom used to dress them like twins. So whatever she get one of them, she'd get the other one. Boom, they'd get the matching mics or matching whatever, and they'd be rocking like that. You know what I mean? And then and for me, she'd just get me a piece. You'll have a couple pieces. Like, you might get you, like, one day my mom might come in with the Tommy Hilfiger shirts. Ew. She might come in with 2 fresh Tommy Jones for me. But the thing is, the jeans I got, my jeans a little old. I ain't really got no fresh jeans. So I might have to let them sit a little bit. You know what I mean? It might boom. Then on the next shipment, she got me some jeans. Or she might call the crib, yo. I'd be like, damn, yo, then he say he wear a 32 waist and you in shape. I wish. I'm at a 38 though. I should be a 32. I'm at 38. Well, 30, yeah, I'm like 36, 30. I don't even, yeah. I be wearing sweatpants so much. But yeah, my mom will call like, yo, didn't I just get you 2 shirts last week? Yeah, you got me 2 shirts, mom. I just need a pair. I need some jeans. All right, I'm about to get you these jeans. They got these jeans on sale. My mom, boom, she grabbed the jeans up. I mean, boom, grab the jeans. She might just do all jeans for everybody. Everybody got jeans. Boom. We getting heavy jeans. You know what I'm saying? Or you might get a Gap sweatsuit. You know what I mean? The 90s was fun, man. It was just fun. I ain't gonna lie. It was fun. The girls, everybody was original. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dressed how they dress. You ain't see too many people dress alike. I mean, the style, the swag was kind of alike, because everybody was trying to be on the same shit, but not to the point where you had the same shit. Like, somebody might have a different pair of ball sneaks, but they might lay them the same way over the jeans. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way they lay might be the same, but they got on different joints. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, 90s was fun, man. It was hella fun, man. It was a lot of people around. It was a lot of cookouts. The summertime was the best. You know what I mean? The summertime cookouts was the best. It was nothing like that. The block parties. You know what I'm saying? In Philly, it was the block parties. Heavy block parties. You know what I'm saying? Cookouts be in the park, but it's the same thing, but the block parties was more intimate. The block parties was more like, when you go to a block party, you either had to have family on that block, or you had to be a person that people knew and you could come on that block, or you just was from that block. But it wasn't like, when people had block parties, you ain't just have random people just going to the block party. Like, no, you went through the block party because you knew you got folks around there, and them people knew you, or if they didn't know you, they'd introduce you right then there. Yo, this Felicia, they her sons, they good. Let them play ball or something. Like, we playing ball, you getting a little rumble or something, all types of little shit. Hey, Greg, you remember hanging your jacket on a school radiator? Yeah, after it was raining or some shit, yeah. I remember that. Shit, we used to have little, like on a regular day, you had little closets and shit, but like if it was raining, yeah, you gotta throw that thing on the radiator for sure. Yeah, the block parties, man. The block parties was the ones, man. That was the best shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was my favorite. That's probably my favorite memory of the '90s, man. Like the block parties, the cookouts, man. That shit used to, wow. Especially if you was good in the projects. Like if you good in the projects and you go to a block party, oh my god. I mean a cookout, oh my god, man. Girls everywhere. It ain't like that no more. EA said Franklin Mills Marshalls. I boosted out of that joint when it first opened in '88. Damn. I was two. Damn. My boy said Franklin Mills back in the day. They just shut all that down. Come on, man. '90s was fucking fun, man. I know if I had fun, I know EH had fun because EH was a grown man. So I know EH had fun. Yeah, no BBLs was around. Not one. It wasn't even a such thing as a BBL. That's not even, yeah. The girls was, yeah, girls had their hair done. They had natural hair. I mean, sometimes you get, they'll put a little bit of extensions in the braids and all that, but for the most part, all the girls had their natural hair. You know what I'm saying? The women really got dressed, but it wasn't like super provocative. It'd be, you know what I mean? Sometimes you'll get the Daisy Dukes with the cheeks hanging out the bottom, or they might have a see-through shirt a little bit. I mean, some, but it wasn't like nobody mom really was dressing like that. Like your mom couldn't be out of pocket like that. Like, no. Like if it was a woman with kids, like she most likely had some respect. Some people moms was out of pocket, but you know what I mean? For the most part, back in the day, your mom really, you know what I'm saying? She respected what she had going on. She make niggas go upstairs before she smoke or drink. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody mom just went wild. But now it's like kind of crazy. Like they smoke with the kids now. Like you ain't see shit like that back in the day. You ain't see like a old hit like hit the L then pass it to a young boy. Like whoa, like that's crazy as shit. You see old heads smoking with young boys. You ain't see shit like that. They tell it's like the old heads and the old heads back in the day. We was scared of the old heads. Like we had respect for them, and we was scared of them. Like they'd tell you, man, go ahead, man, get the fuck out of here. Like what you hanging around for? They used to tell you, like the old heads. It used to be back in the day. It used to be like one young boy that could chill with the old heads, and that was because he ain't had nobody that really cared about him. Young boy was just savage. You know what I'm saying? It used to be always like one young boy like that. In every neighborhood, it'd be like one young boy that chilled with the older niggas. You know what I'm saying? But he was a cold savage. Nobody cared about young boy. And he probably had already done shot like two niggas or some shit. Like he was already, you know what I'm saying? He was on some bullshit already. You know what I mean? But the old heads ain't just let you hang around. Like, even when they was having a conversation, you couldn't even stand. Hey, yo, go play somewhere. They used to tell you that, go play. Like, yo, that used to be a real thing. When I remember my pop, when I was a little guy, like 5, and we could be ready to go out the door. We'd be at my grandma's crib. We about to go somewhere. And he'd be like, gee, go back in the house. I'm about to go talk to them. So they'd be right out front talking, but I'm not allowed to sit there and listen. So I just go back in, cut the TV on. At that time, it was Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was getting it popping. If you don't know about Ren and Stimpy, I can't fuck with you. Hey, yo, shout out to Ren and Stimpy one time. You mean? If you don't know about Ren and Stimpy, I can't fuck with you, man. On some real shit. I kind of really mean that. Hey, yo. But, you know what I mean? My pop would be outside talking. And my pop was only like 21. He was a young boy, but like he ain't, you know what I mean? No, you gotta go back in the crib, bro. We talking business. And when he say they talking, they hitting the joint. And that's the thing. They ain't smoke no backwoods, no, they hitting the joint off the top paper. That shit got like a smell to it. You'll never forget. Like that shit smell like reefer. Like, oh, that's reefer right there. My pop was smoking reefer, you hear me? And these niggas used to get high, bro. These niggas used to sit outside and start freestyling and shit. Yeah, I already knew what it was. Well, I'm looking at my watch, man. A half hour done went by. I done watched the episode of Ren Stimpy already. I'm like, man, if I might as well get comfortable, take my jacket off. My pop come in after an hour. He's like, what you got your jacket off for? Hey, nigga, I've been saying for an hour. I'm watching Ren and Stimpy by now. You know what I'm saying? That good Reggie, the good Reggie. You hear me? Come on, gang. Man, those days, man. If I could go back, man, hell yeah, I'll go back and just have a good time. Hell yeah. Cause it was fun, man. And wasn't nobody just getting like especially in Philly, two dudes had an issue, they gonna rip. They just gonna rumble. I mean, they might beat each other the fuck up, all right. But like, wasn't nobody like, it wasn't like you getting murdered right away off of that. Like now, excuse me, sir, your shoes untied. Boom! Like you just get shot off it. Like, damn, oh yeah, I could tie them myself. You gotta let me, I wear them like this. And you get smoked off of that. Like you just get killed off that. You know what I mean? So you can't even say nothing to niggas. He said get pulled over, told the cop was good, cousin. Real shit. That's another thing about the 90s too. Nobody had their license. And if they did, they was like a great person. You know what I mean? It was like a great person. It was all, listen, in Philly, it was always a lot of murders, but it would be over shit. It would be like over some shit, like some money, a lot of money, or be over some total disrespect. Like, you know what I mean? Or it's always a nigga running around. You know what I'm saying? He just a little stupid. He just play with guns to that point where he, you know, he hit a nigga. Like he dumb. He just dumb a little bit. Or he might be a stick-up kid. You know what I mean? He might shot a motherfucker, but wasn't nobody just getting straight murdered over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody asked when the murders start picking up. I would say 2000 and I'm gonna say like probably 7, 8. Like it started kind of picking up. Like, you know what I mean, motherfuckers just was getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Like 2008, 7, like 7, 8, around that time, like motherfuckers like, cause I remember when I had my son in 2007. I had my son in 2007, and we was staying up back Brickyard, and I remember this kid got murdered at the top of the block. Like they boxed him in and just did him dirty, and I was like, oh man. Do you think social media played a part? Social media played a part when people start letting it play a part. It wasn't like social media just straight enhanced the murder. I think what social media did with the murders was social media made it a normal. It made it normal. That's what I think. Once you start seeing people get shot over and over and over and over again, you know what I mean? It become like a normal thing. EH said 50 Cent did it. Like I remember, like I remember when we was young boys, like, and now I'm talking 2002, 2003, 2004. I was a teenager for sure. I turned 18 in 2004. I remember we had gats, but we wasn't just pulling them out just cuz. Like you ain't like, all right, I'm gonna tell you what it was. You really just wanted to have it just in case somebody else had one. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I got it and I want to show everybody. Like a lot of times you know what I mean, I had something on me and nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew because it's like, no, like they ain't how you supposed to, you know what I mean? Plus I always was afraid of the cops running down and taking some shit from me. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I remember Joey Jihad for sure. That's my guy. Yeah, the early 2000s was good for sure. But when we had the gats, we only had the gats just in case somebody had a gat. Because what it'll be is, like, you might be going through it with some dudes your age, but then they might have an older guy with them who like a bully, and he like fucking with young boys. Like he might try to scare you young boys or something. Like the young boys that like so we 15, 16, boy might be like 23, 22, and he trying to scare us. And it's like, bro, you ain't the only one got one of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if he whip out, then somebody gonna whip out. All right, what's up? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Man, go ahead. Fuck out of there. Or he might throw something. If he throw it, you gotta throw it back. You know what I mean? He said, so real shit, G, what made you commit? Cause that's what I always was known for. That I was always known for making people laugh and fighting. That's what I was known for. So boxing, that's just my place. That's just my place in life. I feel like boxing is my life. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is me. When one of my old heads, Funk from down the Alkies, man. Funk called me one day. He said, Greg the boxer. And he called me that. And when he called me that, I was like proud when he said it. And he was like, that's who you is. You Greg the boxer. Cause I guess I was like the only guy around, that they knew that was really in boxing. Like I really had amateur fights. So it was like, oh, he's really a boxer. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I would be outside with my squad, right? And I had my jump rope on me and I'd just be jumping rope outside, little shit like that. Or I'd be shadow boxing, young boy shit. You doing young boy shit. So that's how I always wanted to be known. I always wanted to be known as a boxer. Like I ain't on nothing. I'm chilling. I'm a boxer. I'll sock this shit out you, but I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Jermell doesn't go 12 much at 154 lately, and he's still with Derrick James. And is he still with Derrick James? Jermell doesn't go 12 much at 154 lately. I don't know what that part mean. And is he still with Derrick James? I don't believe he with Derrick James. I don't believe he's still with Derrick James. No, I believe not. But yeah, man, that's all it was with me, man. I just wanted to be known for that. I didn't want to be the super tough guy. I didn't want to be the super drug dealer. I didn't, you know what I mean? Yeah, we wanted to make money and all that. We did all that. We made some money and all that, but I didn't ever want to be like, cause I always saw like when crack get involved, when motherfuckers start fucking with that coke and that crack, that's when them guns come out. That's when the guns come out. I mean, that's over that crack money. That crack money had them motherfuckers tripping. And I ain't never want to be a part of that. I was like, this shit don't never end good. Like these niggas always get smoked, or they always go to jail, or something always happen. And I'm like, I just ain't want to be around it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we had fun, man. We had great fun. The Effie fight tomorrow. Yeah, but did you watch a specific fight or anything like how Tyson watched Duran versus Sugar? Oh no, it never was a fight. It never was a fight that really got me into it. My dad got me into boxing. My dad used to box when I was little. So my dad took me to the gym when I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. My dad used to box, and my dad had 2 amateur fights. You know what I mean? So I watched my dad train. I watched him. So it was kind of, and of course he showed me how to hold my hands a little bit. You know what I mean? I didn't box. I didn't really box that since I was that young. I really got in the gym at 12. That's when I really got in the gym. But my dad, he used to box. So it was kind of like in my blood. And my grandfather used to box back in the day. But he from Georgia. My grandfather from Georgia, and he had to start working early. So he wasn't like big on boxing. He liked boxing. You know what I mean? Greg, you was around for Omi and the help. Yeah. But I heard about Omi. The crazy thing is I heard about Omi when I was out Cali and I was with some Philly guys and they was talking about him. I'm like, who y'all talking about? They like, boy, Omi, you don't know Omi? I'm like, nah. And they started breaking shit down. I'm like, oh, okay. But that was it. I ain't, I wasn't in this business. Oh, you talking about my man Mark? Yeah, he's still out here. My man Mark's still out here, Baltimore James. Damn, my great grandfather from Georgia. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what age would you say is too late? Never too late. It's never too late, man. This is what I always tell people. Why would it be too late to learn how to defend yourself? It'll never be too late for that. Never be too late for that. To get in shape, get in there and test your skills. It'll never be too late. It's just up to you. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell somebody it's too late to start boxing. Nah. I think Fassim book right now, I mean, to be the best. I can't say that. It's been guys who started late. It's been guys who started early. You know what I mean? It's up to you. You fuck with Max Big and Valley. Yeah, I fuck with Max B a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with him a little bit. I ain't like super Max fan, but I think he funny as shit. I do think that. I do think he funny as shit. I fuck with anybody that's a character. I fuck with him. Like, but it's like natural for him. I can tell when somebody like naturally they be on some shit. I fuck with originality. You know what I mean? Anybody that's their original self, I fuck with. You know what I mean? You can always tell when a nigga acting. I don't like actors. You know what I mean? Yeah, the figures was popping back in the day. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they had it popping for sure. Gilly and all them. I'm 20, bro. I'm gonna go for it. That message I sent you on IG was real. Yeah, get it. Oh, yeah. You gotta get it popping. You can't, I mean, that's the prop. See, that's the problem. When you listen, when you feel something, you gotta go for it, especially if it's right. You know what I'm saying? If you feel something, go for it. Don't wait for people to tell you, yo, I think you should do that. No, nigga, this is my life. I'm doing what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? As long as it don't put me in jail, it don't put me in a hole, we going for it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go for it, bro. Ain't none of that. We ain't doing that. Listening to people. And then you know what I hate about fighters? Fighters get good and then they start listening to regular people. You start listening to carpenters and shit. How you gonna listen to a carpenter about boxing? Cause he told you he used to box or something. No. Fuck no. If I'm in the gym every day, man, nobody could tell me shit. That's what I do. I get busy. If James Toney had discipline, would he be the GOAT? He is the GOAT. Nigga, you crazy? He fought from 154 pounds to heavyweight and never been stopped. He is the GOAT. Are you kidding me? Nobody could stop James Toney. You can get the win. Cool, but I'll be back. James Toney is a GOAT. He a legend. You crazy? James Toney from Detroit. He not from Philly, he from Detroit. Come on, man. What was that, a trick question? Yeah, everybody ain't to be watching niggas get killed and shit like that. So what advice would you give? I lay off the drugs and girls already. I eat right too. What would you say? Get in the gym. Stop bullshitting. Get in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You already saying you know what you know what I mean, what ingredients are wrong for you. The girls, the drugs, you know what I'm saying? Staying up late and all of the crazy shit. Yeah. Greg, I said the GOAT, not one of them. He is the GOAT, bro. James Toney is the GOAT, bro. Got 77 wins and 10 losses. What? 77 wins. He's one of them, for sure. You can't say one guy's the GOAT, because it's not one guy's the GOAT. That's a lie. You can't say one guy's the GOAT, but you do got GOATs out here. 77 wins, 10 losses, never been stopped. That means you get in the ring with James Toney, you either getting stopped or we going the distance. Think about what I just said. 87 fights. Out of 87 fights, only way it's a stoppage is if he stop you. Think about what I'm saying. You got to do the math. Ray Robinson is the GOAT for sure. He GOATy for sure. He big GOATy. Yeah, Ray Robinson is big GOATy. But just do the math when you talk about James Toney. 77 wins, 10 losses, never been stopped. So that means the only way somebody getting stopped is if it's you. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Robinson is big super GOATy. Sugar Ray Robinson is the nigga, if he walk in, you better get out his way. You better get out his way. Super GOATy. Appreciate the love, CB. He said, Greg, you look amazing for your age. In 2004, I was 14. Hey, I appreciate that, gang. He beat fucking Holyfield. He the GOAT. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went up to heavyweight from 154, 160, and beat fucking Evander Holyfield and beat him up. What? He goaty. He said, I give it to Rocky Marciano. Here they go. That's they won. No, Rocky goaty too. Yeah, he goaty. Greg, anyway, Cruz beat Shields. Yo, you know what's crazy about that fight? And I don't want to, listen, I love Carissa Shields for what she do. Hand speed is amazing. Her intensity level is amazing. But I'm really starting to see she's really comfortable in her new lifestyle. And I want to see how that plays out against a Franchon Cruz. Franchon Cruz is a beast. A beast. For sure. That's why I don't even be mad when James Toney talk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How you gonna disrespect James Toney? That's what I'm saying. These niggas crazy out here. Big goatee. Super goatee. He says silk sheets and rap snacks. Hey, yo. He said rap snacks. Hey, yo. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm feeling real treacherous, I definitely grab a bag of Migos. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, G. Franchon kind of sloppy, off balance, stamina not good. Yeah, but she a monster. She's coming to get you. I hear everything you saying. And I'm not disrespecting what you saying, DT. What I am saying, though, she is a monster. She not playing with nobody. When you ever see Franchon play with somebody, she don't play. She only lost to Clarissa Shields. Huh? In her pro debut that she took on short notice. Huh? You got to do the math. You gotta do the math. Come on, gang. He said the honey cheese curls with the B on it. Yo, those was my joints. My baby mom was pregnant. Oh my God. Pat mom, my oldest. You know what was my twist? Crunchy Munch. Crunchy Munch was my twist. Oh my goodness. What y'all know about quarter waters? Come on, man. We call them the hugs, man. Little huggies. Get you a little hug. A little young boy. You know what I mean? Call them young boys. Hey, for the young boys. And then when they used to have the 50 Cent hug, that's the big young boy. Those go for the big young boys. Those is for like age 11 on up. But the little quarter waters, the little huggies, the little huggies, they go for the age 10 on down. Age 10 on down, you popping one of them. But when you get like 11, 12, you gotta get you a big youngin'. Is Nair Albright the most underrated in boxing? I mean, it's actually a great topic. I mean, that could be. Fiddle faddle if you ballin'. Peanut Chews. Of course I remember Peanut Chews. I ain't got no teeth in the back because of Peanut Chews. I remember when Cruz got her hair cut out between rounds, just like Paulie Malignaggi. Real shit. The Great Grenades. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. How much was for a Big Mac in the 90s? A Big Mac? That shit was like $2.75. Yo, how much was it? Yeah, that shit was like $2, like $2 or something, like $2.75, $2.50, some shit like that. You gotta trademark that big goatee. Purple Jolly Ranchers, the Flat Boys. Oh. You talking about the you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't talking about the little jollies. You talking about, yeah, I know you talking about. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well get an airhead. You might as well get the flat airheads. Damn, G, you still up? Yeah, I'm up. I got a little bit of gas. Peanut juice turned a lot of teeth into soup. Real shit. Yeah, he said, damn, I forgot about the flat boys. Yeah, them flat pups. Gotta get you one. Those were, I had the airhead. I had the, yeah, if we gonna go like that, we gotta go airheads. The white Jones, the white airhead, the mystery Jones, what was that? Was it mystery or was it just, I think it was mystery. Them Jones was good as shit. G, Big Mac was 225. Yeah, I said 275. Yeah. I said like yeah, between 2 and 275. Yeah, for a Big Mac. Real shit. That's the thing too. Your mom, now listen, I told y'all my mom was doing everything for 4. So we'll pull up. My mom used to have this Pontiac 6000 station wagon. She used to pull up McDonald's. What y'all want? Matter of fact, I mean, just give them burgers and fries. She just be getting, I mean, and get sodas. You get all that shit for like, that should be like $13 for feeding 4 people. Yo, the bill used to come to like $13.35. Oh my mama. Real shit. Real shit, man. Charleston Chews, yeah, but I ain't like them. I knew about them, but I ain't like them. I wasn't a fan of them Jones. Sour cream and cheddar ruffles. Yeah, it was good Jones. Yeah, real shit. AG, you seen Ryan Garcia? Man, buddy looked drained as hell. I hope he makes weight. Yeah, somebody was just talking about that. His weight's still up. He looking all crazy. Somehow food got more expensive and tastes worse. That's crazy. That's true. My mom, she getting better, man. You know, day by day type shit. She getting better. I gotta start taking her on some walks though. Hey, this weather fucked us up. Cold as shit outside. Y'all talking about the mysteries used to be good. Them motherfuckers were still delicious. The mystery Jones was good as shit. Does Popeye still taste the same? I don't know. Popeyes was good. They had a little run, but I wasn't like if like today, if I get some Popeyes, I gotta be like starving. I gotta be like about to die. And it's not that it's not good. I just never been big on Popeyes. I'm gonna tell you what I do like from Popeyes. Now we gonna talk business. Now I'm about to put y'all on. So listen, get your notepads. You know how you get the mashed potatoes from Popeyes, right? Get the biscuit. Break the biscuit up a little bit. Break like the top half of the biscuit up. Put that in the mashed potatoes. Then you gonna get the honey. You gonna get the honey and you gonna yolk the honey around. Mix that up. Eat that. Holla at me when you do it. Holla at me when you do it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you something. You mean? If you fuck with me, fuck with me. He said I got the elite snack game. I'm trying to tell you. He said the red beans taste like, I never got the red beans from there. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you. Get the mashed potatoes with the gravy. Break the top of the biscuit. Take half of the biscuit, break that up, put that in there, and then get you some honey. Run that through there. Thank me later. Yeah, Crown. See, they don't know about Crown chicken. That was now if you talk about crowns, ooh, all right, I'm gonna tell you how it go down there in Crowns. See now, Crowns, right? When you go in Crown, they ran by the Arabs, so they're gonna have wings, they're gonna have the legs, they're gonna have breasts, they're gonna have thighs, and then for some reason they just randomly got beef patties in the side on the side corner, right? So I'm going in Crowns, I'm getting me a beef patty, right? Then you're gonna give me a breast and 2 wings, and then I'm gonna get me a medium ice cream, cookies and cream. Put that in there, and then for my bev, I need a half and half lemonade, half iced tea. Go ahead and hook that up for me, cuz. Oh, that's it, buddy. That's it. Oh, that'll be 975. All right, good looking, cuz. No, with the ice cream, that's gonna be about 1150. You know what I'm saying? That's how Crowns used to go. That's how crowns go for me, cousin. Baltimore James, appreciate the love and support. Yo, G, pray for my mom. She had a tumor on her brain and just came home. Your channel really got me through some rough nights, bro. Salute. All right, so listen, my man Baltimore James, man, his mother recovering from a tumor off the brain. So this is what we gonna do. We gonna take 10 seconds and we gonna hold it down for Baltimore James' mom. Man, y'all know how we do. We gonna start in 3, 2, 1. We holding it down for Miss James. You know what I'm saying? We holding it down for Miss James, man. You know what I mean? We here. Make sure y'all show love, man. I don't like that, man. Make sure y'all show love. It ain't just for me. It ain't just for whoever fuck with me. No, it's for everybody, man. We don't play like that. We don't play about moms. We don't play about dads. We don't play about family. We don't play about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Hold it down for my guy, man. Baltimore James, for sure. I mean, prayers up for sure. We not playing. Not about that. No, 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 no. We ain't playing like that. Not about mom dudes. You'll lose your whole body over that. We ain't playing about that. I'm going to Clarissa. I'm going to the Clarissa. Y'all sound crazy if you think she not going to be focused getting in that ring. It's going to be another movie. No, listen. It's not that we trying to doubt her. It's just we watching what we watching. And like we were saying, sometimes your eyes can play tricks on you and sometimes you might be right. We just saying we ain't never seen her this comfortable. That's all we saying. I know she put on, and she definitely put on for her folks when she fight at home. But the problem is, this the most comfortable we've ever seen Clarissa Shields in our lives. And Franchise Cruz, nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. You know what I mean? That's all we saying. That's all we saying. You know what I'm saying? Greg, you been to Cincinnati yet? No, I ain't get to stop through Cincinnati, man. No, I ain't get to fuck with Cincinnati yet. When we just did that drive through from Vegas back to Philly, we rode through Ohio though. But I ain't never like get to stop and post up and see what's going on with the food and all that and with the folks. Favorite fighter ever? James Toney for sure. We here though, y'all. GHB TV, man. I appreciate the love and support. It's late as shit. G diet gotta be studied. Hey yo. Hey yo. No, we was having fun, man. We was talking shit. Oh yeah, Savannah Marshall did beat her. Yeah, it's definitely late. My dog Foreign in the building. Foreign, what's up, Aki? Oh, favorite fight ever? Oh man, I got a lot of fights. I don't know, man. My favorite fight? I'm gonna keep it real, man. One of my favorite fights that I always like to tell people about is De La Hoya versus Shane Mosley. One, they was getting to the money. They was getting to the paper. I don't really put that shit on now. Y'all acting crazy. Y'all acting bad. Damn, Crown still open. They had ribs and yeah, they did used to have ribs. We used to have a joint called up Germantown. We had a joint called Lincoln's on Chew and Shelton. We used to go to that. We used to go to Lincoln's. Lincoln's fried chicken. Yeah, we used to go to Lincoln's and Lincoln's at one time Lincoln started selling barbecue chicken. They start showing their ass. That's when they started. Man, them and the Jamaicans, but see the Jamaicans used to close early. Lincoln's used to be open 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, we about to get crazy this year. Somebody asked, you think this boxing shit get ready to take off? Yeah, we about to get real crazy. We about to get super crazy. Yo, G, James Toney versus Jirov is my favorite fight. That was a good joint. That's a good joint. Vasily Jirov. Yeah. With Ernie Shavers be heavyweight champ right now. They said he was the hardest puncher. Man. They said that man punched through everything. Bulletproof glass to get you food. You know it's fire. You ain't never lied. Yeah. We used to be at Lincoln's, man, on Chew and Shelton. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is it crazy to call Roach Tank a classic? I think it's a classic of this time. For sure, for sure. It was definitely a good fight. It's definitely a good fight. Hey man, listen, it's late, man. I'm about to, you know what I mean, hit the Sizzak. I appreciate the love and support, man. Greg Hackett 86 on Instagram, Greg Hackett 215 on X, Greg Hackett on Facebook, Greg Hackett 86 on TikTok. I appreciate the love and support. I mean, the preferred method is GregieCash, Gregie Cash on Cash App. I appreciate y'all. You know we trying to get the Cybertruck. We trying to keep getting these Pampers, and we trying to get my daughter about to start daycare. My youngest son, he's at a fucking school that take tuition every month, and my oldest son is about to graduate high school, and he's trying to go to college. So dig it. This shit about to get crazy. So if you see me masked up somewhere, just mind your business. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming through. It's all love. You know what it is. GHB TV. Thank y'all.